special. It has been such a doozy of a week, Hannah. So much news.
It's too much.
Too much news. Well, we better just get through it. All right, so this week, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced a formal impeachment inquiry to President Trump. Now, when asked what the last straw was, she said, "We can turn a blind eye to kids in cages, but we cannot let someone assassinate Joe Biden's character. That's Joe Biden's job."
The Trump administration released new overtime rules for businesses. While it does raise the cap for overtime pay, critics say it's not as robust as Obama's plan was. You know what's also not as robust as Obama? Donald Trump.
Well, the recently renovated elevator at the Washington Monument broke down again last weekend for about an hour. Now, technicians got it working again by telling the elevator dysfunctions happen to a lot of older monuments, and by playing some smooth R&B.
Get some Al Green going for the Washington Monument.
Police in South Florida say thieves broke into a warehouse and stole 80,000 wigs.
Whoa.
$80,000 worth of wigs. That's crazy.
Still.
Still crazy. Officers say they haven't seen that many wigs get snatched since last season of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Who's excited for the RuPaul UK season?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, one person. All right. Well, Bon Appetit released a video recently where a chef tries to make a gourmet Hot Pocket. Now, the recipe involves shoving an ice cube into a calzone while a 16-year-old taps in the balls.
College.
Mattel launched the first ever gender-neutral doll this week. Yay! To be fair, Mattel's dolls have always been gender-neutral after the pants come off. Right?
Well, as part of a legal settlement, members of an Arizona-based anti-immigrant group have agreed to stop disrupting services at Phoenix area churches. Now, in exchange, the churches have agreed to stop disrupting the group's Klan meetings.
A father in California received 4 months in prison after paying $250,000 to get his son into USC as a water polo recruit. Finally, the justice system is shining a light on the biggest problem plaguing our nation's colleges: water polo.
Am I right?
Fuck you, Brock.
I went to USC, so that really...
You went to USC? Did you play water polo?
No.
Okay,
and
good.
I wouldn't admit it if I did.
Okay, good. Well, in an effort to stay ahead of consumer taste, Nestle has launched a new line of luxury Kit Kat bars priced around $17 a pack. Now, to justify the high price, Nestle said the luxury Kit Kat bars will be made with 100% real cat.
Delicious. In the Arctic Ocean, a Russian Navy tugboat was sunk by a mother walrus. In response, Ukraine has purchased thousands.
There we go. Yes.
Killer walrus.
That's an action shot right there. You can tell by the flag.
Well, at a truck stop petting zoo in Louisiana, a woman bit a camel on the testicles after it sat on her. That is all true. Now, personally, I don't know what's worse, biting the camel's balls or the idea of a truck stop petting zoo.
I think the animals have to wash their paws after being touched.
Halloween costume retailer Yandy has released photos of this year's crop of sexy costumes. Leading the charge is sexy Mr. Rogers, pictured here. Yeah, we saw it first. Here first, people.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
The only person who bought this costume was struck by lightning walking back to their car, pronounced dead on the scene, and is burning for all eternity in the section of hell reserved for people with extremely bad taste.
Yes.
Yay!
Mainly that woman. Well, Prince Harry and Princess Meghan have begun a tour of Africa with their new baby, Archie. Now, ironically, this will be the first time in British history that the royals won't be telling their baby, everything the light touches is our kingdom. Hey, this is Late Night Special! Well, welcome to the show, Hannah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have you as my co-host.
Yay!
Yes, give it up for this blazer. So what's been going on in your life, Hannah?
Okay, well, today is the new moon in Libra.
New moon in
We
Libra.
all know and are aware of.
Yes.
And so me and my friend made like new moon candles today.
Mm-hmm.
So we like mixed an essential oil blend, proprietary blend, and
What was your blend?
ooh, there was a lot of stuff in it. Yeah, like
What?
like clary sage, rose geranium, ylang ylang, I think that's how you pronounce it. And clove, sweet orange. It got out of control.
Wow.
Yeah, mainly because it smelled really bad at one point, so then we just like kept adding more stuff. Like this will make it better. So yeah, we made those. We put crystals inside, and then we had like a little ritual where we like set some intentions for this new moon.
Oh, what were some of your intentions?
Well, for me, I'm just really trying to relax and rest. I'm sure some of you guys also are tired and overwhelmed, so I've just trying to like dive into self-care. That's my main intention.
And so then you're gonna light the candles and just.
Yeah. We both know what that means, and you guys do too. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
That's incredible. What do you think
Yeah.
about Nancy Pelosi? Impeachment.
Here's my thing. It's like impeachment, of course, right?
Mhm.
But is it going to be Mike Pence then?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Well, Trump was trying to throw him into. It was like, well,
Into the
Mike Pence also called.
Mike
the
made
Ukra-
me do it.
Mike made
Yeah.
me do it. So maybe
Yeah.
they both go down, and then Nancy Pelosi becomes the first woman president.
Yay!
Yes, she doesn't deserve it, but.
I saw a funny Onion article where it's like Nancy Pelosi exhausted from having to like stand by her morals for like 24 hours. Like I think she's like, I gotta do this, but it's like whatever. Nancy.
She's great. I'm glad she's doing something. Yeah. So what else? What else is going on in Hannah's life?
Well, back to astrology.
Good. Good.
That's why I agreed to come on tonight so I can talk about astrology to you guys. But I found out the birth time of two of my ex-boyfriends, so I pulled up their birth charts. Yeah, it was very interesting. And
Isn't this
yeah.
morally like not okay?
No, I mean I asked them for it.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I didn't like hack into their birth certificate or something.
Today, did you text them today?
Oh, like this week.
You've been working
Yeah.
on it,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what
yeah.
did you find out?
Well, it makes total sense that we were attracted to each other because I'm a Gemini. Any Geminis out there? Woo! All right. Okay.
Is there any Leos?
What the hell?
Yeah, we're always winning.
I love Leos. Actually, one of them's a Leo.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. One's a
okay.
Leo, one's a Sagittarius, which makes total sense for me as a Gemini. And my last boyfriend was a Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, which if you guys know, that's a terrible, terrible match for me.
What a piece of
So,
shit.
Yeah, I hope you're watching this.
Text him right now. Text him right now. Have him tune in.
Facebook.com/ anyway.
Wait, so what time were they born?
I don't remember the time
Oh, okay.
precisely, but
Okay.
yeah.
Welcome
yeah,
back to
that's
Star Talk.
Well, okay, so are you excited about our musical guest?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's Class M Planets, which is a
Yes.
Star Trek reference. Any Trekkies
Star
in the
Trek!
house?
Woo!
Awesome, yeah.
More of a Star Wars
So
fan.
you're a Star Wars crew, well, so we've got a musical guest. We also have some physical comedy
Yes.
people. They're gonna do some physical clown stuff, and I'm pretty excited
Me
about
too.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have some deathbits, some fun things.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
good mix of intellectual banter and physical comedy.
Yes. Well, it's also fall. Has anyone seen the Chimney Swifts at Chapman Elementary? No. Cool. Well, that's a fall activity in Portland.
Yeah.
It's very fun, but it's a great date place because the Chimney Swifts are migrating down to Mexico, and they have like plotted out chimneys that they roost in at night. And so Chapman Elementary, you can see them in the evening, like going into the chimney, thousands of them, and then a hawk comes out, and then it's supper time for the hawk, and everyone's like, no. But it's a great date idea. You should go because people fall in love in the fall.
Yeah,
They totally
it's
do.
cold.
It's very cold.
Yeah,
People want to
that's a big
snuggle.
part of it.
It is a big part of it.
I also, I know what you're talking about now, but at first I thought you said chimney sweep. And I was like, oh, there's a play about chimney sweeps at an elementary school. Doesn't sound like a
Chimney
great
Swifts.
name.
Chimney Swifts. Maybe I did say Chimney Sweeps. Yeah.
Yeah, which sounds a lot less like a romantic time.
Yeah. They're
Let's
just
watch some
migrating.
chimney
Yeah,
sweeps.
they're coming through town. Watch out. Guard your daughters. I don't know why I said that. Okay, but no, so speaking of love, it's fall. We actually, on our staff, our writing staff, we have an expert in love.
Great.
And without further ado, he's going to tell us about, are you ready for love this fall? Our resident expert in love, Steve Nichols!
Jay, Hannah, thank you. Pardon me. Oh yeah, can you feel it in the air? The chimney swifts are swirling. The leaves are turning red and the Tinder messages are turning more desperate. That can only mean one thing: fall is here. And to get you in the spirit, we have a timely little dating quiz that we like to call, Are You Ready to Fall in Love? Thank you. Let's get started. Question number 1. Your date just texted you saying that they're 15 minutes away and you're still in bed. What do? A, wear something black with skinny jeans because Portland is about dressing like a recovering Hot Topic employee. B, wear something colorful and over the top because Portland is about dressing like a recovering Hot Topic employee. Or C, try to cancel the date, fail, and spend the next 15 minutes getting high instead of changing like a true recovering Hot Topic employee. So for those of you playing along at home, go ahead and tally up your points. If you answered A, that's going to be 3 points, B is 2 points, and C is 1 point. Keep track, because at the end, you'll find out if you're ready to fall in love. I love that pun. Question number 2. Your date arrives and suggests a bar within walking distance. On your way, you pass a pumpkin patch at Fred Meyer. Your first thought is A, isn't it a little early to put out pumpkins? B, down with Fred Meyer, support the local union strike. I'm gonna actually carve a pumpkin this year myself, damn it. Or C, gourds. Keep track. Question number 3. You have arrived safely at the bar and have gotten your drinks, but wait, this bar has a patio. Where do you sit? A, you sit outside where it's slightly too cold, but you and your date can snuggle up under the guise of warmth. B, sit inside where it's slightly too loud, so you think you hear a date say they're a bear manager, and you hope to God that's true. C, you start a fire in the unused fire pit on the patio. If any of the employees ask, don't worry, you're the bear manager. Question number 4. As you leave the bar, possibly for arson, your date asks if you want to go to Salt and Straw. After all, the lines are probably shorter now that it's cold out. You say, sure. I heard they have a new flavor called Eat the Rich. B, nah, let's go to Ruby Jewels instead. Yeah, says some guy. C, I don't have health insurance, so I can't really bite into cold stuff right now. All right, here we go, folks. Number 5, the date is drawing to a close. It's been a lovely evening, and as you're about to go your separate ways, it's clear your date wants to kiss you. Do you, A, lean in slightly, wait for them to close the distance, and share a nice, simple kiss? B, run your fingers slowly down the side of their face, using it to raise their chin gently. As you watch, a spark of desire lights in their eyes, and their lips part as you share a long, sensual kiss. C, say, see you later, alligator, and walk away in shame. All right, was everyone keeping track? Good. Let's tally up those points and see how you did. All right, if you got 4 to 6 points, it's okay. After the date, you don't hear back from them for days and days. Eventually, you get a message letting you know they had a great time, but they're ethically non-monogamous and just not looking for anything serious right now. 2 weeks after that, you get a text message at 3 a.m. asking if you eat ass, and you delete them from your phone. The end. 7 to 10 points, congrats. Congrats, the date was a success. The next day they text you saying, I had a really lovely time. Want to go hiking this weekend? You never respond. And 11 to 15 points, you had a lovely time, and show your friend your date's picture on Facebook. They respond with, don't you know who that is? That's the face licker. They go around bars asking people to lick their face for their art Instagram. You laugh with your friend about how gross that is. You and him date for the next 6 months. And that, my friends, has been Are You Ready to Fall in Love?
President, expert on love. So how many points did you get?
I don't want to talk about it. I got wait, how much did you get?
I got 10. I was keeping track. 10
Oh.
points. So the date went well, but then I never saw them again.
I felt personally attacked by the wear black and skinny jeans, because that's what I'm wearing right now. And so I'm like, am I a recovering Hot Topic?
Did you ever work at Hot Topic?
No, I worked at Hollister. Yeah, like a normal person.
Like a normal person. Was that your first job?
Yeah,
Oh, what was your second job?
forever talking about.
The truth comes out. Okay, well, yeah, so, well, okay, that's fine. All right, well, I'm ready for some music, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, our musical guests, they get their name from Star Trek. They are a complete joy. Please get your hands in the clapping position for Class M Planet!
Gets old, everything uncertain. You are awkward and I give myself to you. Keep looking, only that far apart. Boarded up, the windows, broken is the phone. You're a communist and I love you, but you're not real. Keep looking, only that far apart. Two separate elsewheres, wish they were the same. You are in one of them and I'm to blame for this. Keep looking, only that far apart. Keep out or love me through the hazmat suit. Send your letters, send your proof of what happens fast and lasts forever. Keep looking, only that far apart. Keep looking, only that far apart. Keep looking, only that far apart. Keep looking, only that far apart.
Absolutely lovely. Hey, keep it going for Class M Planet. We have their record right here, and I don't know why I'm saying they, it's just one person, but maybe there's some other music acts on this album. And you can find it at Music Millennium or on Spotify. Is there someone in our audience who would like this record? I got to act a little bit more excited. All right, here's your record. Here you go.
Yay!
Hey, give it for the audience member who just won a record. Now, you just have to buy a record player. All right. Do you already own one? Okay, good. Yeah, she's up on the game. Okay, we're like coming right down the barrel of our next act.
Oh yeah.
It is, they're physical comedians.
Great.
I'm so excited to see what's going to happen. So let's give a big round of applause to A Little Bit Off.
That's really nice.
We've never had a jingle before.
Yeah, that was cool. Wow. Hi. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, I'm Amika, this is David.
We're a little bit off.
We're allowed to be here. And we're gonna just do a stupid human trick that we haven't done in over a year.
The last time we did it, it failed.
Yeah, I did hurt my neck really bad. But I got over it, I'm fine. David, would you like to explain the...
Sure, okay, the history of this trick.
I'm trying to angle it so everyone's...
So we have backgrounds in circus, and we travel the world, sometimes going to juggling festivals and circus festivals.
Mostly in Canada.
At those festivals, they have a show called the Renegade Show. And the Renegade Show is like a late night show that's like kind of like an open mic, anything goes sort of thing.
But it's also like a sort of sloppy, like, it's like after the main show, right? So there's a show for all of the audience, and then it's like just performers for performers, you know?
Anyway, we designed this trick in Toulouse, France, for a Renegade Show, and people liked it there, and so we kept doing it.
But you're forgetting the main part of the Renegade Show is that you get up, you do your stupid trick, and then your peers judge you, and if you were good enough, they let you have a swig of just some big gross communal liquor.
So if you like our tricks, you can buy us alcohol later. To get ready for this trick, I have to take my shirt off, but we didn't give anyone
Nipple warning.
We didn't give anyone a soundtrack for this act, so if you could just improvise some shirt taking off music for me, that would
Wait,
be
they
great.
were promised that they wouldn't have to give an improvisation prompt.
I could just do it in silence too, that's fine.
Silence. Silent stripping. That's what we specialize in. And I'll take off my coat, which was just keeping me warm. Do you mind if I...
No.
Great. Take off my hat. Okay. All right. So we had this argument ahead of time of if I should use this mic or the wire mic.
I kind of think that we should just do it on the desk.
Nope, not gonna happen. Yeah, thank you, Anthony. No. This is our spot. This is where the light is.
All right, here we go.
I'll use the cordless one.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go.
I'm ready.
Scooch, little scoochy. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. No, it's all good. It's going according to plan. Your butt's bigger. Thank you. Okay. But listen, there's more.
I feel kind of naked right now.
Yeah, you kind of pulled your underwear off too. Okay, so now there's more, where we try to now,
You don't have to explain, let's just do it.
There's a reason why we're physical comedians.
I fully disagrey with what you just did, because we're gonna need to, by the way, you're in the danger zone. Just
And
be
by
ready
splash,
to
I mean feet
be ready to
and-
dive out the way. If we start falling, don't try to save us, try to save yourself.
Words to live by.
It's not TV, the show is real. And
It's also on TV.
It's not 3D, some new technology or anything.
Okay, move that out of the way. Move it fully out of the way.
But then I can't.
You're not supposed to talk.
You know I'm the one who's holding you up right now, right?
That's not how we even hold hands. Oh boy, your nails are so long. Okay. And so we begin. Okay, I also I'm giving a nipple warning because I'm wearing a bra, but I feel like perhaps the nipple fell out the top. David, get your frickin' arm all the way through, please.
applause for our guest. Lovely. Oh my gosh, that was incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
These are not my nipples. These are temporary shark tattoos. I forgot I had a show later today. Okay.
All right. Okay. So, wow, you just did your human trick?
Yeah.
Was there any point where it was a little bit dangerous?
Was there any point where it wasn't?
I mean, it went a little smoother than I anticipated, but it's also terrifying.
I really like the point where the shirt came completely over your eyes. And
I didn't like that. That was my least favorite part, yeah.
I was like, let's do it on the desk, and it was like a hard no. Hard no.
Consider it's important.
Yeah, well, and this desk is actually held together by hope and nothing.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm
It's
looking
from
at it, and
IKEA,
it looks
yeah.
like it's cardboard pressed together, but...
Yeah, it's from IKEA, so it's shit.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But hey, that was incredible. They're gonna be coming back, and they're gonna be doing a second performance, a grand performance.
Well,
Don't set the hopes too high.
I mean, you saw that, so you kind of know how grand. Yeah.
But you've been traveling for 3 continents, mostly Canada.
Yeah.
What are some of the fringes that you've done?
Okay, we've done Orlando, London.
London, Ontario, though, you know.
Ooh, the good one.
It's the opposite of what you said.
Winnipeg, Saskatoon, Edmonton, Victoria, Vancouver.
Saskatoon,
Saskatoon.
yay!
Name check Saskatchewan!
Air horn for Saskatoon, I love that. Yeah.
Orlando, and then we did Australia and New Zealand. We did
San Diego, Victoria, Vancouver.
Yeah.
Wow. So you just been bebopping around.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
What are you thinking about of like life on the road?
Well, we thought that we needed a break, so we didn't do it this summer for the first time in 5 years.
The first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, give it up for taking breaks.
Yeah.
Right. But normally, so you just go from fringe to fringe to fringe to fringe.
Yeah, usually like 4 months,
from like
4 or 5
spring
months
to
every year.
fall. And then
Wow.
we come back here and we like hole up and work our weird day jobs and make a new show like in the dark.
Why in the dark?
Because we
There's
travel
no
to the
sunlight.
only nice time that there is in Portland,
Yeah.
the summer.
Just-
We're
we're
like
just here during
away,
the-
and then we come back and it's cloudy and rainy for our entire experience of Portland.
Seasonal effective.
And what were your
party.
weird day jobs? What were some of the weird day jobs that you're doing?
I work as a standardized patient where I pretend to be sick for the med students.
I want to do that.
It's pretty sweet. And I do it now at 3 places. So it's either for the real med students, oh gosh, I'm going to get in trouble for this, the chiropractors or the naturopaths.
Oh, okay. Which of the 3? Of the 3.
No, that's the right way to say it. I mean,
Of the 3, which are your favorite?
Ooh, that's tough. For what reason, right? I would say for comedy reasons, the chiropractors. For like ease of job, the med students. Yeah.
And what was some of your weird day jobs?
Oh, well, I've been teaching like an after-school children's circus program.
Dressed like this?
Yes, every time. Don't call their parents, please.
You know, all of our shows are like all ages, family friendly, but 2 of the 3 feature David in a very tight leotard. And, well, you know, we get some comments from parents and from kids.
One time we got a secondhand comment from a parent whose child, like 10-year-old child, and the grandmother saw the show. And then the kid went home and told the mother, I saw his penis.
What? The precise quote was, I could see his penis. He was cool about it, though. Yeah, so... Yeah.
So, wait, Toulouse, France. So you spent time in Toulouse. I was just in Toulouse recently.
Really?
In the spring. This interview is about me.
Aren't they? Oh.
So, but Toulouse, what were you doing? Performing as well? Is there a fringe there?
No, we went to a juggling festival, the European Juggling Festival. We saw a bunch of awesome shows, and that's where the Renegade shows that were happening. We saw this guy smoke a cigarette in a one-handed handstand, and the crowd was like, not cool enough for booze.
But then they gave him a beer, but they were like, you have to drink it in a handstand. And so he did a handstand and like did a
And he
push-up
held it in
and
his
picked
teeth
it up in his
and
teeth.
drank it, and then somersaulted to drink the rest, and then he was very sick.
yeah, I'll do it.
To be French.
Yeah.
Now, so you have a show, a monthly show that's going to be starting here
On this very stage.
On this stage.
On this
Yes. What's the name of the
stage.
show? When does it start? Tell us everything.
The show is called The Curious Cabaret. You
Fitting.
can see
you
it
know.
right up there.
I like the graphic. Did you design it yourself?
I did Photoshop it myself.
With a lot of input.
You know, as an independent artist, you have to wear many hats. And it's going to be a vaudeville-themed variety show the third Sunday of every month, 8 p.m., starting October 20th. We're going to have a really wide range of styles of performance: dance, acrobatics, physical comedy, music, magic, more.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Will
when we
you
say
need
variety,
will you
we
need
mean
an
it.
astrologer?
There's room for
Yes.
everything.
That is me, yes.
Performance
Great.
astrologer.
Oh yes, 100% yes.
Yeah, like calling people out, you know.
I think that would be really helpful. I think the audience, yeah.
Okay, great. Let's
We
talk
don't
about
we
this.
don't do that really.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'm a bit cagey about it. And if you ask my birthday, I will not tell you because I don't want to be like profiled or whatever. But
You're gonna get star doxed.
yeah.
Well, this is very exciting. This is a very exciting monthly show. We're excited to have you here on the stage and just part of our repertoire of shows. I do want to ask you, so you have a couple things here that you don't like to be called clowns. Can you expand?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't mind being called a clown at all, but if you tell people, come to my clown show, they will not come to it.
Why?
Because people get the idea, they've been, the like social view of clowns is like big wigs and bright noses and kid stuff and big shoes, and someone be like,
And scary
"Well, I'm
stuff."
funny.
Yeah, and like,
That's
I'm
not
John
what
Wayne Gacy, oh! You know, yeah, so we are trained in clown, but we say physical comedy so that we don't scare off the muggles, you know.
Not to call you muggles, you're all magical in your own
Sorry,
way.
yeah.
Now, how did you two become comedy partners? And are you partners in real life?
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Well, we were.
Oh.
You say it like, ooh, but
Yeah,
people
say
break
more.
up
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
and still work together.
Actually, the last time we did that act where we changed clothes, it was like 2 weeks after we broke up in the middle of a 2-month tour, and it was rough.
The trick was rough, or just the whole?
Oh. If the trick was going rough, and I just was like, this sucks, and
We
we
tried to
just
use
broke
a
up.
tube dress instead of this shirt.
We also didn't like each other at the time, so
That too.
yeah.
But
Wow, this is going really well.
I'm sorry, this is therapy, right? I mean, there's a couch and
But you moved on. Are you still comedy partners and like friends and
Oh, yeah.
performing well
we
together?
go to the gym together. We run
Well, we
the
used
shows
to.
together. Oh yeah, it's been a minute.
Okay.
What did you ask though? Because I just don't.
How did you become comedy
Oh
partners?
yeah, we went to clown school together.
Okay, where?
At the
the Clown
Circus Center.
Conservatory at the Circus Center.
Both answers are correct. One is
Where?
The Clown Conservatory, which is
Why?
a clown training program at a facility called Circus Center in San Francisco, California.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you went there. You were like, me. Let's
Well,
fall in
David
love.
had gone to clown
Okay.
school, and he was still just lurking about
I
the
was
building.
working.
Lurking. Well, so when
At
you
a
say
training
lurking, maybe that's fine.
It's like a clown school Wooderson. What's going on, man?
I just remember being in class, and he would just pass by the doors, or like, be
Wait.
in the crevices of the building.
I was also like working at the front desk and taking my own classes there. I wasn't just in the building. Like, who's in here?
Who's that guy? No one knows.
Yeah.
But that school has gone through many phases of development, and there were times when people were like living in like weird little loft cubbies
That's a
around.
big old secret that we don't say.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, that never happened.
Yeah, so we,
Did it?
I'm sorry, you all have to die.
Man, it's gonna happen sooner or later.
Okay. When is the first Curious Cabaret? When is that happening?
let's tug and sync.
October 20th.
We can be improvisers at 8 p.m.
At 8 p.m.
Hey, you're gonna want to cut your tickets to that. Hey, give a big round of applause to a little bit. They will be back. Yes, thank you. They'll be back.
Well, I'm glad we both got jobs
Yes.
from that interview.
Yes, we did.
Mission accomplished.
Yes. Yeah, so this summer I did a little bit of reading.
Oh, is this your book report, Jay?
This is my book report. Yeah, so I just wanted to present with you people. I did some reading over the book, and Bill's gonna introduce this segment.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay, a fan of lifelong learning, wants to give you a report on a book he read this summer. And I think you might learn something. Jay?
So, at a Mormon garage sale, I picked up this book, Meet the Mormons.
Wait. It was specifically a Mormon garage sale.
Yes, it was. It had
Were
a
they
sign.
selling the undershirts?
Yes, they had it all, and it was like, Mormon garage sale.
Wow.
And I picked up this gem, and it was published in 1973. This is the 4th edition. And I just want to point out on the cover that this woman here may be a daughter or a sister wife. We don't know. All right, moving into the prologue, you can find out that Mormons can be found throughout North, Central, South America, Western Europe, South Africa, the island of the Pacific, Australia, and the Orient. Yes. Woo! The Orient is a racist place. Now, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth, and it also included Adam and Eve. And as you can see, Adam and Eve were buff. And I also want you to point out that this is copywritten by the LDS, so all of you people, don't be ripping off these images for your Etsy stores. I see you, Portland. All right, also, in the beginning, God would create a prophet like Josiah or Moses or David, and then he would touch them with a ghost skeleton hand. In the beginning, also, there was Jesus Christ, and this is where the Mormons take somebody else's holy scripture and they say, ditto. This is Martin Luther's 95 Theses. Mormons had a stake in this as well. And wait a minute, is that Neil Young? I thought so. Tricky. Now anyway, Mormons got their start 600 years ago before the birth of Christ with a group of people who left Jerusalem because God told them, and only them, of the imminent danger of Jerusalem. Thanks God, he also gave them some sick-ass brass plates. And look at how buff that kid is. Now,
Upper Body Day is a sacrament.
Yes. Now, those people went to America and told people about being a mo. And they also told them about going to the gym, because they're rich. Now, this is a reenactment of the America's Witness. And you can tell by the extra in this photo right there that she did not want to do this with her Sunday. Thanks, Dad. Now, this here is where Jesus helps Moses cheat on his SATs.
Is that George Lucas?
Yeah. Now, this is where Moses dies, and even though he's ripped as fuck,
He's too ripped to live, Jay.
yeah, and also I want you to notice that those are some sick-ass golden plates now. Here's a close-up of those sick-ass golden plates. Yeah. Now, fast forward to 1820, a young man named Joseph Smith startled in the woods by some twin ghosts. He grew up to be a model. He did some commercial work, some print ads. You guys look at those steely blues. All right, now as an adult, he sometimes enjoyed giving a consenting three-way blowjob in the woods while his friend prayed really close by, okay?
It's a real ASMR thing.
Yeah,
It's-
now, being on his knees and closer to the forest floor is how he discovered the buried solid motherfucking gold plates. Okay, now Joseph Smith knew how to read the ancient plates because of Rosetta Stone, duh. He transcribed them in 1838, and he showed those sick-ass gold plates to these 8 witnesses depicted here. And the date of that is unknown because this whole thing is made up. So after Joseph Smith showed the sick-ass gold plates to these 8 witnesses, an angel came down and was like, give me those plates. And Joseph Smith was like, do I have to? And he was like, yeah, you do. And give me your lunch money, you human little bitch. And so he took the golden plates back to heaven, and they were never seen again. Convenient. So, despite this minor detail, Mormonism took off and gained many followers. And as they put it, they experienced unending harassment. Now, at this exact moment in history, I did some fact checking, and there was actually no other religious group that had ever been harassed ever. This is totally new territory, you guys. So, they hit the road and they went west, and even on the trail, there was still time to shame a breastfeeding mother. Then they found Salt Lake City, and this is what it looks like then. This is what it looks like now in 1973. Now, here's a basic church breakdown of how the priesthood works. You got it? Okay, moving on. All right. This book emphasizes over and over again the relationship between the Mormon Church and the Boy Scouts of America, as seen here. Now, I bet, just looking at this photo, all the people involved, you can guess the one person in this photo who was adopted. You got it? And you're right, it was this guy. You were right. All right, so now it's time for sharing the gospel. Now, of all of these white people, who is going to share the gospel, you ask? I'm glad that you asked, because the gospel message is for all. And reading in between the lines, this photo lets us know there is a hierarchy of who deserves the gospel first. Now, first up, two white guys. Who saw that coming? Now, these could usually be homosexuals or extras on the set of Batman. We can't tell. Second place is the racist tobacco Indian portrayed right here. Yeah, who knew? Who knew that was happening? I also hate 1973. Now, in third place, we have a very bizarre, a Scottish shepherd. Ha! Now, take that, England, the original oppressors, am I right? Now, fourth place, we have a miniature mariachi singer. Now, this makes complete sense. I don't need to explain it. Now, in fifth place, a very odd one, the very famous Belgian detective, Monsieur Poirot. Now, sixth place, who deserves the gospel, our first woman. Let's give it up for the ladies. Yes, the future is female in 46 years after the publication of this book. Seventh place, we have three background actors to the movie Moana. Yes. Now, in eighth place is a South American man being eyeballed by a Russian dancer from The Fiddler on the Roof. Yeah. In 10th place, we have a very young Louis Armstrong. Now, the line keeps going and going and going and going, but I do want to point out that there are two Canadian Mounties right there, and they are also homosexual. Fun! Now, in the very, very end of the line, right where you barely can see, you can just very end, we have one figure, and it is Freddy Krueger. Yes, which does make sense. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was my book report on Meet the Mormons.
All right, and now, ladies and gentlemen, our musical guest, once again, you can find his music on Bandcamp, Spotify, or, as we saw tonight, your local record store at Music Millennium. Ladies and gentlemen, Class M Planets.
Try to finish what you
be switching up the stage really quick because we're bringing it back a little bit off. Here we go. Give it up for our stage manager, Dana. All right, coming out to close out our show, we couldn't be more proud, and make sure you get those tickets for October 20th for their first show here at Curious, which we are so happy to have them. A little bit off.